This is Shaun Sport in podcast form.
The Fremantle Dockers welcome the Sydney Swans to town tomorrow night, and it's going to be a ripper for your chance to be the Bankwest Docker for a day. This is amazing. Kids get so pumped about this. I'd have a go at it too, including 5 tickets to the game and more. You need to hit up the hitupnovafm.com.au.
Yeah, you get to leave the team out. You get the kit.
It's so exciting.
It's cute. That's cute.
Yeah, a lot of the kids don't know what to say. They look at you and it's like, oh.
I think you're too old now.
Would you call heads or tails when you're on the coin toss?
Well, you don't get the opportunity to just call the
that's
heads
a
or tails. But you can.
No, I see a kid. They go out and do the coin toss.
Shaun Darcy's in the house. Shaun?
Hey guys, how we going?
Good. Docker for the day.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun. We had one on the weekend who was a bit scared and a bit nervous, and we were like, come on, run through the banner, and he shook his head.
no.
He was like, no. So we were trying to, there was like 5 or 6 boys like, no, it's fine. And he didn't want to go.
Through the banner in the end, yeah.
Well, he's seen some of the guys get clotheslined by the banner at some stage. There's always that bit of tape that's a bit high or low, whatever you like. Gets you in the throat.
It does get, yeah. So, the banner's dangerous, so you got to watch out for that one.
We got a couple of things to get to, led by Caitlin's article in the paper, and it was talked about a lot with Jordan Clark. Before I ask you about those questions, Caitlin's got some questions for you. I want to ask, there's speculation you won't be playing.
There's a cloud.
You were taken off in the last weekend's win.
Yeah, it was sort of a bit, because we're a 5-day break, I've had a bit of an injury history, big flight, so that was, if we had a full healthy squad that was planned, so it was mum and dad and all my mates were worried, messaging me. I was like, no, it's all good, it's planned.
So that was pre-planned?
Yeah, it was pre-planned.
So there's nothing wrong with you?
Nah, there's
why are you worried?
there's a lot wrong with me, but...
That's a loaded question.
So how many calf-ups can you do? Because that's one of the best tests that you can do.
I think the other day it was like 25 or something, good body weight. So
I can do 35, but whatever.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I think 35 is probably where you need to be.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I
I could do 10 more.
No, and do you know what I loved? You played such a straight bat to me when I said, are you playing tomorrow? Meaning, are you actually playing?
Personally.
And you said, yeah, the Dockers are playing the Swans. I said, I know that. Are you playing tomorrow? Very sneaky.
Well, Caitlin, you would have seen Jordan Clark's comments when he was interviewed at the start of the week, and there were questions were asked about social media and him getting bashed after social media bashing, that is, after giving away the free kick against Carlton, which cost the Dockers the game at the time.
Yeah, it's
you
funny.
You can take it from there.
Yeah, so Adam Simpson was the one that called it out originally, and it was quite weird. I saw it pop up online, obviously, at the West, and I thought, well, this is a bit of a strange one. And then Jordan Clark the next day discussed the same thing, saying he got piled on after what happened and how horrible it was and that players need more protection. And so I kind of thought back about what it was like when I was playing. It was obviously horrible. But now we've got you in the studio. Like, what is it like today as an athlete, and how do you manage with some of the horrible comments that are thrown at you online?
Yeah, it's tough. It's something that I've went to the club early days that we need to teach younger players about how to deal with it and things like that, because there wasn't a lot of education. Like when I was first getting into a football team, there wasn't a lot of education of how to deal with it, because it is quite confronting. You go from 18-year-olds playing, like enjoying footy, to you make one mistake in front of 60,000 and everyone jumps on you. So
and you can get 50 awesome complimentary
posts, but you don't look at that one. You look at the bad one every time.
That stick, isn't it?
Yeah. So for me, it's like if it is getting too much, it's get off socials, delete Instagram for like a month or something like that, and you genuinely feel so much better.
Do you feel like it's hard to get off socials when the club is asking so much of you? Like, you've got to interact with fans, and I've looked on the Dockers website, on every one of your profiles there's a follow Shaun Darcy, and it like leads you to your Instagram page. So like, how hard is balancing that when the club wants you to grow your sport and be involved and interact and keep fans happy, but you are like, no, I need to keep my distance?
Yeah, so I've unfollowed every AFL team on my like, genuinely I don't all my Instagrams just
have you blocked?
I haven't blocked, but like I don't follow Fremantle because I don't want to see that on my Instagram. I want to see my friends and family. So
more dog pictures. Yes.
And like last year when I was going through the contract negotiation, people would message me, say, you don't follow Freo, so you hate Freo, you're going to leave. And I was like, no, I don't follow anyone. I just want to leave my Instagram and things for my friends and family. And that's one way that I've handled, and that's really helped me, because you don't see any of the
Yes.
little comments and things like that coming at you.
Does it change how you feel when you do interact face-to-face with fans? Because it got to the stage for me where I felt so uncomfortable. I didn't know who was attacking me, that when I had to go and sign after a game, I actually felt nervous and vulnerable. Like, do you ever feel like that with fans?
Yeah, a little bit. Especially like you're trying to sign before and after a game, and you've got 2 minutes before you have a rub or something, and they're like, sign, there's 400 of them, and then they have a go at you because you don't sign everyone. You're like, I'm trying the best I can, genuinely. Like, I'm really sorry. Like, so it is tough, but we understand that 99% of the fans are really great and lovely people, and they just want to see the best, whereas it's just the 1% that sort of ruin it for everyone. So you try to have a look at that 99% of everyone.
So Jordan was saying that he's blocked pretty much everybody out there other than his family and a couple of mates or whatever.
Or he's gone to private.
Gone to private. The other one was Connor Blakely many years ago. He jumped off social media straight. He'd had enough of it, and he just went, that I don't need this in my life at all, regardless of getting my profile out there or whatever the case is. He said, I'm done with it.
Yeah, so, it's whatever works for you. If the blocking, I find no football and try to keep it as low-key as possible.
Do you think that it's impacted by the prevalence of sports betting?
Yes.
The fact that people they feel slighted because their $10 bet didn't get up because you might not have kicked the goal after the siren or something like that. Does that make it worse?
That's probably the ones you get the most. It's either the Supercoach points or the multis that you've ruined. So
and I get it.
Like,
sorry, here's your biggest troll. We found him.
One more kick. I had you for 18.
Yeah, it is. And that one's, you're like...
And you go, don't bet on me.
I've played a horrendous game. I'm killing myself mentally. Like, I'm going over it. And then you open up your phone, you didn't get 15 or you didn't have 2+ goals or something. And you're just like...
Yeah.
You want to have
I didn't ask you to bet on me.
And then you've got to be the bigger person and not reply back.
Yeah.
And then, like, when
That
you're pretty
must be so
frustrated and you haven't
tempting.
had much sleep after the game,
That's one thing I don't think people understand. For every lick of the ice cream, Chris Connolly used to say this, for every lick of the ice cream, you get 10 kicks in the arse. And that's what happens in the game. That's what happens in the game. So you've done, or you played a good game, but when you're going to bed, you're thinking about the missed opportunities.
Right. Yeah.
On the other side, if you've played not a great game, you're only thinking about that. So you're never actually satisfied. You never go to sleep
enjoying
feeling
the
good.
moments. There's
it's
always
something that Aaron Sanderland used to tell me. He's like, the highs are not as high as you think you are, and the lows aren't as low.
Yeah.
Because you might have 20, but you might have got lucky 15 of them, and the ball bounces your right way, and then you might have 10 the week after, and you're in the right spots every time. And so as long as you're just keeping level-headed and making sure you're not, you're judging your game on different things, not just kicks, mucks, and disposals. It's other things.
So I know your job is to play football, but what do you think? What's the solution? Because we see in America lots of professional athletes, they don't run their own social media. They have someone else to do it. And to be honest, I used to think that was really stupid, because imagine messaging you, Shaun, Darcy, and being like, oh, I'm such a big fan, and you replied and thinking that was awesome, and then finding out
it's not.
It's Shaun McManus.
Oh, God, how disappointing.
Imagine what the reply would be.
But for some athletes who a lot of their finance comes through these sponsorship deals, like, what is the solution?
Yeah, it's a tough one. I would love some more laws or something on social media that if you do it, and we find out you do get harsher things, and you don't get to go to the footy and things like that. I don't have a solution. There's a lot of problems here.
Social media places, no anonymous accounts. You shouldn't be allowed to make an account that's not where you can't trace the actual person. So that would be a big step, because if you knew who they were, if you could find them easily.
And any threatening behaviour.
Oh, 100%. It's threatening, racist, homophobic, all those sorts of things. We shouldn't, as a society, we don't put up with it. So why is it allowed to sort of fester online? Yeah.
It's a tough one, because there's not just an easy
How come you haven't
solution.
fixed it yet, Shaun?
Why? That's your job.
Okay. And Shaun, before I
Definitely
let you
playing
go.
tomorrow. Definitely.
Yeah, we got captain's run this afternoon, and then off we go.
So you
Got
will
the
be out
Swans.
there. Justin said you'll do a test, or you'll
We'll
be
do
out
a
there.
test. So
Do I tip you guys? Because
Definitely.
it's my I came
She
last.
gets vicious if she...
I'm
gets
actually
vicious,
the
all right.
last this week.
Friday night
At
home.
Seabass
everyone-
Netball. Watch out.
Das, good to have you in here, mate. Thanks for the chat.
Thanks,
Thanks, guys.
buddy.
Appreciate it.
Shaun Sport in podcast form.
In the West Australian today, they've written an article about the Jamaican Edge, which we were speaking about yesterday with Kelsey Brown.
Kelsey Brown, yep.
So, check that out because they are going particularly well. Also in the West, I know we keep bringing this stuff up, but obviously Harley Reid continues to be the back page of the paper.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're writing articles defending Harley from any criticism that's coming his way. And I go back to comments made by Kane Corns earlier in the week or on the weekend about Harley's performance and that he needs to lift his fitness because he's cramping. I've seen it happen a couple of times. Now the West Australian decided they have to have a go at all these people for making comments on him.
Right. Yeah.
I find it really strange.
Feedback's your friend though, Shaun, isn't it?
Yeah, feedback's your friend. It's bizarre that they've put this situation in play.
They've made him now a protected species. Yeah.
And it's only going to get worse.
Yeah.
Unless he's best on ground every week.
That's right. And you can't expect
come
him
his
to
way.
be. He's 19. It's his first season. And, so many, early round draft picks don't even play in their first season, play senior football. So the fact that he is playing, most weeks, you go, he's not going to be best on ground every week. He's still learning.
I know, but when you put him in the back page of the paper and call him the Messiah every single day of the week, then you just put him in a corner to get
100%.
criticised.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's what's happened.
They've created it, and now they have to defend it.
Then you can't have a go at critics who are criticising because that's the deal. And as you said, Nat, he's 18, 19 years of age. On the weekend, he had a poor game.
Yeah.
I know
but that's going to happen.
I know on the news and all the highlights we show 2 fend-offs, which are amazing. That just shows that that's
that
amazing,
was great.
right?
But
he
there
had
was
a poor game.
there was another 100 minutes of football.
Yeah, and he lost his position.
Yeah,
like he got killed. Really,
yeah.
The opposition just ran off him all night long. That's fine. That's going to happen.
It is. Yeah, that's right.
But
relax.
It's got to be
Yeah, don't build him up so much that if anybody because then he's open to the criticism. They've created the problem. Now they're having to defend against him.
100%.
Crazy.
So the AFL over the last couple of years have also come into play and said, hey, we're going to have a mid-season draft. The players want to have the opportunity when they're not playing in their 22-man team that they want to play AFL footy. They're training their guts out.
They can put their hand up and say,
I want to be traded. I want to move to a team who might need me at the time. So the AFL everyone's led to believe that it was going to probably happen in 2024 this year or at latest was going to happen next year. Now they've done a bit of a backflip. I was just watching AFL 360 last night. They're really concerned about the Melbourne teams being able to play in this space, but not the interstate teams.
Right.
For example, if you were playing at St Kilda and you're not being able to get a game, but Fremantle needs your services, but there's possibly there's 9 other teams in Melbourne other than the one you're playing for. You don't have to worry about changing schools.
Yes.
You don't have to worry about selling your house, moving out, finding rentals, all this kind of stuff. All you have to do is move a job. So they're suggesting that the majority of players are in that area. Then they're only going to work with the teams that are around them.
Yes, unless they
difficult.
have a pressing need to come home. If they're West Australian born. But you can see. You can see that going to happen. And then once again, not a level playing field. But the AFL has never been a level playing field. So it's weird that they've focused on this.
Yeah, it just really tips it over the edge. Yeah. And also they're concerned about what happens with the salary cap. So if, some guy who's not playing at the moment, and if you can go back to some of the guys that have been on big-time contracts.
Brody Grundy was a good example.
Grundy.
Yeah.
And they're not playing, and then you trade for them, then where does all that money go?
Yeah.
You're trying to fit a guy who's on $1.2 million into your team straight away, halfway during the season. Do you have to play the whole amount? What percentage gets put in?
Yeah.
Do you get a discount for taking him on because he's not playing?
That's right.
Yeah, it's just they've got to figure this out because there are still a lot of people if you look at the restraint of trade, not being able to play in teams because of...
it's not restraint of trade, though, because they're still being paid.
Yeah, I guess applying your trade in some kind of circumstances that you're not getting a chance to do that.
I mean, you're not getting the chance to play senior football, but you're playing football. You're playing in the twos or whatever.
Yeah,
so it's not restraint of trade. But I know what you're saying. Yeah. They want to realise their potential, and if that happens to be at a different club, you can see how psychologically you'd want to do that. But
Rory Lobb at the moment.
You've signed a contract. You're getting paid.
I know, it's all about playing, though. I mean, until you get paid, and then you go, oh, that's all right.
I feel a bit better about it.
Now we get back to trying to play.
Shaun Sport is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.